Hi, Brad here, and welcome to a brand new edition of Made by Music.
This is Made by Music with Brad Kirsten. News, interviews, and fresh reviews of albums, tech, and more. Whatever is Made by Music.
Now, I know I haven't been around for a short while. It's been a bit of a rough road, health-wise, and I spent quite a long time without a voice. Now, if you're a radio presenter and a podcaster, that's quite a scary place to be. But I'm grateful to be back. It's review time, and I'm rubbing my hands together in a kind of weird excitement. Every once in a while, you hear an album, and from the very first note, you stop whatever you're doing, and you give the music all your attention. Nothing matters at that moment in time, except the music. Not conveyor belt music that comes by every year with a top song or two that makes you go, I'm talking about breathtakingly superb music. Every song is a gift. Each song filled to the brim with extraordinarily well-written songs. Actually, the kind you just have to share on your social media platforms, and every time somebody comes to visit or gets in your car, it's the only thing you play because everybody must hear it. You want them to experience it. So, Lauren Daigle, on behalf of every lover of music, on behalf of everyone who appreciates what brilliant songwriting really is all about, for giving us an album that will forever please anyone who listens to it and reminding us that there is in fact something original that a Christian can sing to King Jesus, I want to say thank you from the very bottom of my heart. Now, you never know if an album will ever be considered a modern-day classic the first time you hear it. It takes time. Lauren's album, Look Up Child, ticks those boxes. A voice that doesn't fit into anything poppy and cookie-cutter-like. Production so superb, you wonder if all these men and women are ready for their telephones that are going to ring off the hook because everybody wants a piece of them. Music arrangement that has you just sitting there with your eyes shut, not letting anything steal your attention from the savoring of every note. And you'll be grateful for every cent you spent on those expensive headphones or monitor speakers. If you do get to hear the CD version or at least a WAV file, I promise you'll be glad that you did. You can listen to the album 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 times and you'll go on a brand new sonic journey every time. There's so much that you can absorb from this album just musically. It's all going to be lost. Well, a lot of it at least is going to be lost in the conversion to MP3. But if that's all you have, you still have something incredible. I could actually wax on lyrically about this album until the sun comes up next weekend, but let me rather get a bit specific, particularly about the song content. Okay, just one more thing quickly before I get there. I'd like to make a prediction. I think that Lauren Daigle's Look Up Child is going to win an unprecedented number of genre-specific music awards in 2019. I'm going to go as far as to say Lauren has set the bar so high with Look Up Child that Christian music, actually the whole Christian music fraternity, are going to have to lift their efforts behind the mic and behind the desk to a brand new height. And this after just a few years ago, we were seeing producers that had worked specifically with just mainstream artists. They were crossing over and jumping in, all wanting to be part of these great men and women that were making spectacular music. And it feels like this is a whole nother insurgence of that, if you ask me. The glass ceiling, super brittle. So keep your eyes and ears open for the 5th of December 2018. The Academy is going to be releasing the Grammy nominees for 2019. Methinks Lauren Daigle is going to have to make a whole lot of room on her mantelpiece. The 2 nominations she's already received in the past were really her just getting warmed up. She's got 6 Dove Awards and a Billboard Award and American Music Award, but I think that's just the hors d'oeuvres, Lauren Daigle. Just the hors d'oeuvres. There are no fillers on this album, Look Up Child. Nothing that you get the feeling that, well, we didn't put too much creative energy into this one. And there's nothing like that, not one. But you kind of knew that I would say that anyway. So let's move on. I'm hooked on every track. Each one of the 13 tracks is superbly crafted, and none of them sound like the other. Apart from the superb voice that delivers sublime note after sublime note, there's really no rut for Lauren to go and get stuck on and leave us pondering if we've heard this one before at an earlier stage in the album. Lauren Daigle offers up some sonic surprises that are like little hidden musical gems. They jumped out at me from the very first time I listened, right through to 20, 30, 40 times that I've listened to this album already, really. Look Up Child is Lauren's second studio album, and the first, How Can It Be, went platinum, and I think we'll see this new release following suit, no doubt about it. Look Up Child has already been the highest charting album in its genre since Need to Breathe's Hard Love back in 2016. It's the highest charting album by a female artist since 1997. That was Leanne Rimes' You Light Up My Life. Let me get back to those musical nuggets that I was talking about. I know that you're going to soak this album up like some parched Nevada earth, but keep an ear for Still Rolling Stones. That's the very first track, and it took my breath away from the first time that I listened to it. The chorus of This Girl is going to make you want to call your travel agent and book a beachside holiday just where you can lie there and listen to the track over and over again while you're lying under a palm tree. And then the single Your Wings will start, and then you're going to ask if you can please order a drink in a coconut. Love Like This is accompanied by some of the best orchestral music and drumming that you'll hear for the next few years. And it's a laid-back track, but it is by far my favorite off the album. That's Love Like This. And as a believer in Jesus myself, this speaks so deep into my spirit that I could put this one on repeat to simply soak in the truth of what it is that I believe. Look Up Child, the title track of the album, is an R&B masterpiece with some cello plucking going on there in the background that'll make you just want to stop everything, like I said, and close your eyes and soak up each moment. Oh, don't do that while you're driving, by the way. A rendition of the traditional Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus is simply the perfect way to round off this genius album, and the huge string section that contributes to this album gets to strut their stuff again in this final track, with Dwan Hill tickling those ivories and touching something deep inside your heart that may see the prodigal son shining his church shoes and getting excited on a Wednesday for the church service that's to come over the weekend. I really don't know what else I could say about this album that you haven't already picked up in what it is that I've been saying. All I really feel like I could possibly say next is to ask you this question. Do you have this album yet? One doesn't want to say stuff like this flippantly, but I really do feel this is the album of the year, and I think it's going to have quite a reach even outside of the Christian music or adult contemporary Christian genre that it finds itself in. If you've heard this album, or even just one or two tracks on the radio, or maybe you've even gone and listened to something on YouTube, which does steal away, I think, from the sonic experience of this album. CD or WAV file is by far the best, but come on, let's just go old school. Go and buy the CD. If it's the only CD you actually buy this year, excluding anything that you download, may it be this album, and may you enjoy it in a really old school audiophile kind of way. It deserves that from you and I, at least. Let me know what you think. I'm sure you've heard a few of its tracks before. I'm on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram at Brad_Kirsten. I'm on Facebook at Brad Kirsten on Radio. You can visit my website and you can connect through that as well if you like at www.bradkirsten.com. You can drop me an email. It's all there. You can find it on the contact page. Look forward to connecting with you. I know it's been quiet from Made by Music Studios, but we are back and up and running. And a big shout out also to all the listeners that are catching Made by Music on their favorite Christian radio station, as well as online in the podcasting universe. So for me, Brad Kirsten, signing out on this day where I think I'm going to go home and listen to some more Lauren Daigle. Until next week, bye-bye.
This is Made by Music with Brad Kirsten. News, interviews, and fresh reviews of albums, tech, and more. Whatever is Made by Music.